Good evening, welcome to my channel. My name's Carrie and I'm going to do a general reading for Sun, Moon and Ascendant Aquarians. All of the videos are now time-stamped, so if you don't want to listen to me waffle on and watch me shuffle cards and whatnot, go down to the comment section. The first comment in there will be the time the reading actually starts. Skip ahead, I shan't be in the least offended. Just want to get the message out to you. Usual rules apply. Take what resonates, leave the rest. That said, if you feel like you're missing a bit of information or the whole reading isn't resonating with you, it's worth checking out your moon and rising signs, because they can give you a broader picture of what's going on with you. And sometimes we just resonate better with our moon and rising than we do with our sun sign. It happens. If you don't know what your moon or ascendant signs are, I put a link in the description box to Cafe Astrology, I think. Put in the time, date and location of your birth, and it'll be able to give you your full natal chart. Ooh. It might surprise you. But even if it doesn't, it means that you'll know what your moon and rising signs are, and you can watch the videos for those. If you're a subscriber and you're returning, I love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much. Your support is really valuable to me, and I really appreciate it. If you're not currently a subscriber, I'd really appreciate it if you'd consider doing so. It raises the visibility of the channel, and it means I can get out to, good Lord, to more people, and that's the whole point of me being on YouTube in the first place, really, is to get that done. So have a think about it. Have a think about it. If you're looking to book a private reading, my email is in the description box below. My son is currently building me a website, bless his heart, but it's not quite done yet. It will certainly be ready by next month's readings, so that'll be fine. You can book directly through there, but for the time being, if you use the email, if you've already booked a personal reading, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Trying to think what else I have to tell you. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I don't know if I've mentioned that in any of the other videos, as Scorched Earth Tarot. So if you fancy coming over and checking out my memes on Facebook, because they're pretty banging. Facebook on Instagram more for the memes, to be honest. Then, fucking hell, cards are very jumpy this evening. Then do that. That would be awesome. Try not to throw my tarot cards into my coffee. And thank you so much for your messages and your comments. I've really loved reading all of them. They've absolutely blown my mind. Feeling a bit frisky there, Aquarians. I'm only after one more card and they just keep flying out chunks at a time. Anyway, messages, they've been wonderful. They've been absolutely incredible to read, and I'm so happy that so much of my message is resonating with so many of you. I mean, that's why I'm here. This is why I do what I do. So I absolutely love to hear from you all. Right, that's the main cards sorted. I'm also trying to cut down the length of the videos because I realised last month were a little bit epic, and not everybody has 50 minutes to sit down and listen to me burbling on. And part of the way that I'm doing that is to talk and shuffle at the same time, which generally I can do, but apparently tonight is causing me somewhat of an issue, although I'm not sure that that's not your energy that I'm picking up on. Hello, thank you. So just getting some clarifiers. I've got the main cards on the table already. I just want some clarifiers for what I've pulled. Seems to be that one. Ooh, this is all looking quite exciting, Aquarius. I like it. I'm so sorry I've left you till last. I actually tried to do this video last night when I'd come back from work. I just wasn't in the right headspace to do it, so I gave up. And other than that, I've been beset by technical difficulties, by which I mean to say my kitten chewed through the cable for the telephone cable, so I had no internet for a little bit, and my 6-year-old yeeted a cardboard box into the TV, which was not ideal. Left the most beautiful crack in the screen though. It was shaped like a flower. It would look lovely. I've seen that card a couple of times while I've been shuffling, and I'm quite pleased that it's decided to throw itself out, because it seems to lend itself quite well to the rest of the reading. And there are the final 2 cards. Right then. So this is cool, as the shadow cards on both decks are the King of Pentacles. That's the underlying theme for the reading. Given that they've come up as shadow cards, I'm going to take those as energies rather than people. But it does chime quite nicely with what everything else is here. Right, I'll tell you what the cards are in a second, but I've started introducing an oracle card to the readings, which seems to be working rather well. I had intended to put them at the end as a kind of final message, but actually I like them acting as a foundation for the rest of the reading, and I've been doing it first instead. So the card that I pulled for you before I started recording was Intuition. Isn't that a beautiful card? It's from the Nature's Whispers Oracles, if anybody's interested. And I haven't memorised the meanings of all of these cards because, well, shit's hard, yo. So I'm going to read to you from the book, don't worry, it's very small, so you're not going to be sat here for days listening to me. And it says, you just seem to have a knack for knowing what's going to work. Your creative process is unique to you. You just get started and magic happens. You have a lot of endurance and you're a hard worker. Once you get focused on a project, you don't stop. You are a trendsetter and you seem to understand what people love. You are very forward thinking. You are being reminded that you have your own inner voice guiding you always. Tap into your wisdom and allow yourself this higher perspective. I love the fact that that's come out for Aquarius. Because I do feel like Aquarians have their eye on the bigger picture the whole time. You know, sometimes why they get a bit of a bad rap for, you know, like day-to-day interacting with people is because they're not down here with the rest of us. You're up there somewhere thinking big. Anywho, so the 3 cards that I pulled for you are the Wheel of Fortune, love it, Seven of Wands, and the Four of Wands. I'll show you the clarifiers as we go through the main cards. Obviously, King of Pentacles is the shadow card for from both decks. This Wheel of Fortune card is absolutely stunning. Like, it's beautiful. Look at that. But in a standard deck, it's depicted obviously as a wheel, but it has the 4 fixed signs in the corner, and you are one of those fixed signs, you know. So you've got Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. So it could be that one of those signs is important to you, as well as the fact that it's you as well. Important to you and your endeavours currently. Whatever you're involved in August could be a thing. its most simplistic level, you could refer to the Wheel of Fortune as fate. But there's a little more to it than that, I think. What you have to understand about the wheel is that it is always turning, and sometimes you're on the way down and other times you'll be on the way up, but you're never static. You never stay in that position for long. So you have to ride out the hard times, knowing that the better times will come. It's also the card of Sagittarius, and it's number 10. So it could indicate the end of a particular cycle that you might have been going through at the moment. But for me, whenever this card appears, it's not telling you that you're on the way down. It's to indicate that you're on the way up. And I particularly like the fact that it is followed by these two cards. The Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't have the drama of the other knights. Like, he's not fast like the Knight of Swords, and he's not dashing like the Knight of Wands. But he is stable. He's sat on a nice solid horse, and he's holding something that's clearly very valuable in his hands in front of him. And he is aware of exactly how important what he's holding is. And he's going to go really slowly, and he's going to go really carefully, so he doesn't scratch it, he doesn't mark it, he doesn't in any way damage that beautiful thing that he has in his hands. It's earth energy, so it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, which may be important, maybe not. But if you're about to start something new, if fate is about to sweep in and offer you something and bring new opportunities into your existence, which the Wheel of Fortune suggests that it might be, the Knight of Pentacles is here to say he's going to get the job done. It's not going to be fast, it's not going to be flary, but it is going to be completed. And he's followed up by the Ace. That's what he's holding in his hand. It's a new opportunity, and it's a new material opportunity of some description. It could be a new job. It could be a sudden investment that you weren't expecting. You know, it's something that you can hold in your hands. It's tangible. It's 3D. It's measurable. Not like, say, with the Ace of Cups, where it's quite, you know, ethereal in nature, or the Ace of Wands, where it's spark of creativity. This is tangible. This is something you can put your hands on, and you've already got the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, sorry, here holding it. So for me, I think this is something that you've been working on already. Like, if it had come out that way round, I'd be like, something new's coming along and you're gonna go off and do it. But they didn't. They came out this way round. So the Knight of Pentacles already has this thing, and he's going towards this. I feel like you've already been working on it for a little while. But whatever it is, it's about to get bigger. See? Got it in the hands of man there, your Knight of Pentacles, and it's small. And then you have it in the hand of the divine, and look how big it is. It's as big as the sun. You've been working on something, working pretty hard since the Knight of Pentacles is here, and the universe is about to make it bigger than you possibly could have imagined, I think. The next card that you've got is the Seven of Wands. That's fire elements, so that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And it's a card of being defensive. And normally, because he's got his wand in his hand and he's standing in the water, and he's fighting off all of these other wands that are coming up from below. And normally I would interpret this card to mean feeling defensive about something. But in this instance, I feel like you're feeling defensive of something. And I wonder if what you're feeling defensive of is your little project, your little pentacle here. Because there's nothing else here that indicates to me that you've any kind of emotional strife. This man's standing in the water, so this is something that you feel passionate about, like you stood ready to fight for it. There's a degree of emotional attachment to whatever it is that you've got going on here. And it's clarified by yet another pentacle card, the page this time. And the page of pentacles, again, just as the knight, isn't flashy and fast and cutting and all of these other things. But he's studious. He's fastidious. You know, he's got that pentacle in his hand. Here, have a look. He's got that pentacle in his hand, and he wants to learn everything that there is to know about that pentacle. You know, he's the student. He's the one that's sitting in the library in the early hours of the morning, cramming his brain full of things. He's not flighty. He's not particularly experienced, but he hasn't quite got as far as the other pages to go to accumulate that experience. And of all the pages, he's the one that gives off the least immature energy, in my opinion. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the Page of Pentacles here. This is all speaking to me of something that you are working on, something that you are learning about, something that you consider worth fighting for. And the second card that we have to clarify this Seven of Wands is the Ten of Cups, which is interesting because everything else is pentacles so far. You would imagine that the next card logically would be the Ten of Pentacles. You know, it would be things, you know, reaching their culmination in material abundance, but it's not. It's the Ten of Cups, so it's about emotional fulfillment. It's complete emotional fulfillment. And on this card, it's depicted as a family, you know, with the two children, and there's a rainbow, and it's joy. You know, it's pure joy. And the cups are up in the sky. You know, it's like full celebration mode. And this chimes with the fact that there's some kind of emotional investment, enough emotional investment in this card here, that you're standing in the water and you're defending what it is that you're creating. I mean, the other way of interpreting this is that you are defending whoever this Page of Pentacles is. If this Page of Pentacles was a person, he'd be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Probably a boy, but not necessarily. The pages are kind of genderless, to be honest. So boy or girl, and young. Certainly younger than you, anyway. But I don't really think that he's necessarily a person. I think he's an energy. And just as he fits with the other court cards there, the other pentacle cards that we've got, this is you working on something, it expanding, you defending it, working on it even more, learning everything that you could possibly know about it, because you know that this is leading to this Ten of Cups, this happy family card. And the next card that we have is the Four of Wands. And the Fours talk of stability, they talk of security. And the Four of Wands particularly is the card of happy home. And there's water in this picture again. You know, there's emotional investment again. It's the card of happy home. So we've got happy home, complete emotional fulfillment in the home. And we've got the Four of Cups reversed to clarify. And when the Four of Cups is this way up, it talks of a lack of gratitude. It talks about not seeing things that are in front of you. You know, he's looking moodily at the floor, and he's already got 3 cups, but he doesn't want them. And then there's literally a hand in a cloud offering him another cup, and he's not even looking, he doesn't want it. But for you, it's come out this way round. And for that, I think that it indicates coming out of that kind of energy. It's about truly experiencing gratitude for what it is that you have. Reversals can be tricky because sometimes they can just mean the polar opposite of what it means, the right way up. Sometimes it can mean that there's a block in that energy, you know. And for you, I feel like overwhelmingly that it's linked to this Seven of Wands card here. Because just as you feel like you've got something worth defending, this thing that you've got an emotional investment in, you've been working really hard to bring together, and it does have some sort of material existence. I feel like this is you shutting down people who are refusing to see what it is that you're bringing together right now. Like, you don't want to hear it because you know where this is going. You know this is going to Four of Wands, security, stability, happy home shit. You know that it's going to lead to your emotional fulfillment. And I think that you have people around you with this kind of energy, and they don't need to be necessarily close to you. They're just people in your environment who are looking at what you're trying to do, and they're going, oh, what are you wasting your time with that for? And you're like, nah. And I say that because the last card that you have to clarify is the Queen of Swords. This is the only air element card on the table, right? So this is you. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Like, she's your queen. She embodies your energy. And she's many things. Like, she can be pretty harsh, actually. But what the Queen of Swords is renowned for is having the ability to absolutely sniff out bullshit and cut stuff out where it's not serving her, where it serves no use. She suffers fools. She does not suffer fools, rather, at all. She's just and she's fair. She's smart. This again is your energy. And I feel like if you have any naysayers in your midst whatsoever, you are not hesitating to bring in the energy of the Queen of Swords and just being all like, fuck off, son. Just because you've got no vision doesn't mean that I don't. I mean, you probably say it nicer, to be fair. But she's got some really good energy, this Queen. And you're employing your Aquarian logic, your Aquarian mind, to these people who would try and spoil this moment for you. For those people who don't share your vision, who don't have the ability to comprehend your vision, shut them down. And the fact that you have the King of Pentacles on both decks as a clarifier means to me that whatever you're working on, I mean, fuck. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. The universe has seen your endeavours and the universe is responding in kind. You're about to hit an upward trajectory and you're about to be rewarded for your hard work. There's pentacles everywhere here, and the King is the very pinnacle of the Pentacles suit. You know, he is about manifesting into reality those things around us which, you know, make us comfortable, make us feel secure, make us feel stable. You know, the King of Pentacles looks after his tribe, and that's what you're planning to do. That's what you're planning to do. Your little tribe down here, whoever they may be to you, you're working really hard on that. I love to see it. I'm sorry the light's fading. I've been at work all day, only just got in, so I'll try and make this as quick as I can so that I can not be sat here at the pitch black trying to talk to you. I'm going to pull a couple of advice cards, although it feels almost slightly redundant because you've clearly got everything in hand. I mean, this is just beautiful, and this is all for August, you know. And if I bring it back to the intuition card, you know, you've got vision, you can see. Whatever it is you're working on, however this resonates with you. And like I said, the Ace of Pentacles, it could be a new job, it could be a new home, it could be anything that you can perceive with your 5 senses, you know, that exists in this 3D reality. You're well on the way to bringing it to life, and you're about to get a hand, a literal hand with it. It's opportunities, and both the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Pentacles talk about fateful opportunities, you know, doors that unlock for you just at the right time, people that you meet just at the right time who can advance your vision and help you see it through to achieve this 10 of Cups and this 4 of Wands state for yourself. Well, let's get some advice for Aquarius. I'll take that one because they landed on my leg anyway. 6 of Swords, your energy, air energy, moving away from those naysayers, those people who are no idea what they're talking about. You know, swords, words, communication, thoughts, you know, all that sort of thing. You're leaving any kind of negativity behind. We've got the Page of Swords and you've got the Knight of Swords. These are your energy, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Page of Swords, talk about a message. I feel like this is messages you are sending out rather than you are receiving. And the Knight of Swords, he's fast. Whatever's about to swell up for you, although there's a level of being slow that's indicated by the Pentacle suit. It's foundational stuff, it's groundwork, and it's really important. But things are about to start going faster, and you need to be ready. I do feel like you are ready for this, but I'm sort of getting the impression that you'd be surprised at this point if things didn't start speeding up. I feel like your intuition is probably telling you that whatever you're working on, it's about to go big. One more card for Aquarius. Five of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be people around you who are being petty. Five of Wands there. People around you, naysaying, being petty, perhaps even, spoiling for a little bit of a fight over it, making you feel like you need to be defensive of this thing that you are creating. And it could be a literal thing, or it could be an idea that's going to bring a thing into existence, or it could be a plan that you have, perhaps a plan for your child, a plan for your home, a plan for your job, for your career, for anything. Take it as it resonates. But Aquarius, there's literally nothing else to say here. Like, you've got it all in hand. I feel slightly redundant myself, because what's really coming off the cards right now is that you know exactly what the fuck you're doing, and you're going about it all the right way, and it's going to go exactly as you are planning for it to go, because you put in the groundwork, and because you have really laid solid foundations for what it is that you're creating, which is wonderful and exciting. And like I said, rendering me slightly redundant. So on that note, I think I am going to love you and leave you, because there's nothing else for me to say. If this has resonated with you, I'd really love to hear from you. Let me know what it is that you're doing, because I'm very excited for you. And if you haven't subscribed and you've made it this far, awesome. Please subscribe. I'd be eternally grateful. And I look forward to hearing from you if you fancy filling me in. Other than that, I shall see you next month.